Hey everyone, it's me, Jen, and I'm nothing if not intense. It's Saturday, November 10th, and we're going to talk a little bit about the DEA. That's something that's always puzzled me. Why was the DEA helping with witness statements? I mean, after all, they had so many resources on the ground that night, and then obviously within the following days. So why the DEA? That never made sense to me. I happened to run into this article, and just for what it's worth, I believe the original article came from True Pundit. So take it for what it's worth. But I never remember seeing anything about this. But basically, this article states that at some point, Stephen Paddock was under DEA investigation. One of his phone numbers that linked to him turned up on a federal wiretap. So that prompted an investigation, a DEA investigation into his finances and the whole works. And obviously they found a large amount of high dollar transactions, a number of wires from shell companies without an official brick and mortar present in any domicile, so they found a high number of suspicious activity reports, and some of those involved offshore wires coming into his U.S. bank accounts. He subscribed to different cell phones in different cities from different carriers. And one of the things that I think people are sometimes get a little bit confused about is in the room they found 3 phones. Once they started looking at those phones, that's when they found other numbers linked that he was a subscriber to these other numbers through AT&T, Verizon, whomever it may be. And I believe that there was a total of 7 phones. So they didn't find 7 phones in the room. They only found 3. But then there was 7 numbers associated to him. One of those was Mary Lou Danley's phone. Now, it wasn't under her name, but because he's the one that is the, subscriber and he was paying for it. But one of those numbers was her number. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in coming soon. But anyway, so this article I just found interesting because was he on the DEA's radar at some point? Was he on the FBI's radar at some point? It seems like he would have been. All those suspicious activity reports should have triggered a red flag for somebody, because it's just anti money laundering safeguards are why those things are put into place. So they're supposed to be investigated once they're reported. Now, did the FBI drop the ball? That's totally possible. I can totally see that. DEA, I don't know. I don't know too much about how they operate or anything like that. But I know enough to think that it would be odd that they would be there that night, or that they would be involved in the investigation and talking to witnesses. And I want to say they were people that were injured and in the hospital, that they were in these witness statements with other investigators. So just strange. So did their presence have anything to do with all the suspicious activity that was going on at Mandalay Bay and Tropicana that night? And all those bags, white bags, things that were being transported, things that I see that were being transported by very sketchy looking people. Is there a connection? I think it's definitely something that needs to have a little further discussion and exploration, because there's a lot of things that point to some type of drug transaction, drug smuggling, whatever the case may be, going on and being involved in the events of that night. So I think it's important that we take a look at it. Now, call me crazy, call me cuckoo, whatever, but you may want to go look at my track record, because I feel like with every release, every week when the LVMPD releases more body-worn camera footage or documents, whatever the case may be, whatever they release, typically my work in some way gets validated. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, and I'm going to share a little bit of some body-worn camera. It's just a brief little clip, but you should find it interesting. And the clip is I think it's taking place at 4:05 in the morning, because at some point in that body-worn camera, this officer does check his phone, and you can see what time it is, and it's 4:27, so you do the math, and I believe it came out to be like 4:05 a.m. that Monday morning. So I hope you enjoy, and I've got some other good stuff coming up soon. I just wish I had an easier way to do this, and my computer, I just literally want to throw it through the window because it's so bad. Now, even when I remove the noise, it's not doing the job because it's just getting so bad. I don't know what to do. So, but anyway, I will put the links in the description, and you guys know what to do, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much.
You got the DEA out here. They're clearing rooms now.